needs to know that in the midst of the night, God is working things out for you. Friends, can I share my testimony with you today? So about 2 years ago, I started going to this church. I'm not going to name names because I know I have stalkers. Just kidding. About 2 years ago, I started going to this church. And I started going like without even thinking, like on Wednesdays, Sundays, Bible studies. Whenever I could go to the church, I was at the church. Now, last year I found my way back because I drifted a little bit after, coming back home. But now I'm back connected, and I reached out to one of the pastor's wives because she told me, her husband, is a great counselor and he would, be eager to help you. I finally took her up on that offer. About a year later. Now in 2026, around my birthday in January, I reached out to her and asked her if, I could still meet with this particular pastor and, to see if he could help me with counseling. And I just want to be free in my mind. I talk very eloquently. I speak very well. But I still struggle too. And I don't want anybody to come to my page and think like, oh, she's a girl who got it all together and she just thinks she's just Miss Perfect and she just knows everything and she just knows the walk of God and she just knows everything. She knows the word. No, God speaks to me. When I speak to me, it gets all over the place. So that's why I wanted to seek after godly counsel. And in me doing that, I went to meet with this pastor and, his wife, and got in the council room and met with him, and he talked to me, and then we kind of realized there was a deeper root of things at work here. It was like trauma. And he's like, he didn't say but if you have experienced, trauma, any level of it, I was going to say a certain level of it, but any level of it really, but especially like deep level trauma, like seeing someone, your loved one, passed away, or sexually abused as a child, whatever, or as an adult, I don't know, but anytime you experience some type of trauma, you can't just go to regular therapy and think that you're going to process or get through things the way you would in a special type of trauma therapy or EMDR therapy. I believe that's what it's called. So he told me about EMDR therapy and how, he knew a lady and she was faith-based and things like that. And I, let him know, he asked me if, I was working and things like that, and I let him know, no, I just recently, had to leave this job and I'm in a season of transition, but I will do my part to be able to invest into working with this lady that you recommend me, because I'm at the point where I'm 26 years old. I don't want nobody to say, but I'm 26 years old, and I just feel like it's not about being farther along, but in my mind, I should be freed from things that happened to me as a child or in my past as a young adult, and I'm not, and I hold on to and I harbor things deep within, not right here on my surface level, because on my surface level it looks like it's, she just smiling, she's great, she knows the word of God, she works out, she does this, she does that, she graduated, blah 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 blah, like things that people think by just looking at my life on social media. It's always goes deeper. So I want to let you know I'm a real core person. Like, my heart goes deeper than I could ever reveal to you on here, online, on social media, in a quick of a second or a few minute post, period. You're gonna know my heart posture, but at the same time, just saying there's more to me than a pretty face. My pain goes deep, as some other people's pain goes deep. Just to wrap it up and bring it back to that point of God's working all things out for you. Like I said, I left my job. I'm in a season transition. I'm basically just working for myself right now. And I kid y'all not, they told me that if I take care of $25, they'll pay towards the rest of my eight sessions for this EMDR trauma therapy. And it's like, words can express finally being able to get the help and the right kind of help that you needed for so long. And when I saw that email from that pastor's wife, letting me know as long as I could take care of the $25 they'll pay towards the rest of like 8, that's gonna be all I need, more than I need. I hope. And I just wanted to get on here and let somebody know God's working it out for you. You don't have to worry how you gonna make it, how you gonna pay a bill, how you gonna get that therapy session paid for. He just gonna work things out while you sleeping. And you gonna wake up and you gonna receive emails, texts, phone calls of all the things that your heart is desiring. It's gonna work out this year. Believe and declare it and decree it over your life, friends. Until next time, big COC.